Oh, you're putting a patch in, huh?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Hi folks, this is Tony St. Dennis with Acadia Marine. I'll be sharing some ideas and techniques for rebuilding boats, particularly a sailboat. I've been working on sailing and rigging boats for over 30 years here in Down East Maine, and I just wanted to give you some ideas about techniques that I use in woodworking to help restore boats.
All right, well, we're ready to measure for this now. And we'll see what we got here. It's going to be a piece that is 3.5 inches long. We'll leave it long, so we'll say 4 inches. And let's see for depth. That's about 1/4 inch there. Let's see. 1 1/8. I think 1 inch will do it. So 4 by 1 by whatever this is. This is 13/16, so we'll say 7/8 or a little less. 13/16 is pretty solid. So somewhere between 7/8 and 13/16. I better write that down. All right, I'm gonna head back down. Got the measurements. 4. Wait a second, this is the wrong one. 4 by 7/8 by 7/8. I had one that said 4 by 16 by 3/4 ply. That's not right. 4 by 7/8 by 7/8. And we'll cut those angles when we get up here. I got this nice saw up here. So yeah, we're gonna cut that piece, and I'll be back in just a bit. I'm back. Here's my piece of wood. We'll go right there. Look at that. Hey, that's not bad. It was kind of a guess. You can't see all the margins, but that's gonna work. A little adjusting. I'll start fitting it. All right. Well, I want you to take a closer look at this. See how we've got this chiseled out here. All that chewed up part is gone, except for this part here, but I'm going to do that later. And let's see. Here's the block. I'm going to set that in right about there. You can see a little bit of a gap over this side, but not bad. I'm going to futz that a little bit more in. Put down at the bottom. Big shadow there, you can't really see it, but it's pretty tight there. And it's nice and tight along the inside here. It's going to be nice and tight, so we'll get that in there. We'll be able to clamp that in there with a little epoxy. That should be it. I'll be able to do that this afternoon. And then we'll trim it off. I'll probably trim it back a little bit before we glue it in, just to make it easier. But there we go. All right, we're ready to tape this thing off. I'm going to start putting some tape. I like this as my new favorite tape. It's a 3M product, 3M precision masking tape. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to just tape off, and then you'll have a look at where I taped off before I get ready to epoxy this piece in. All right, well, I'm showing you now how we're taping this off. This is this precision masking tape. Very, very thin paper. It's got a nice adhesive on it, nice tack. It's very straight. Nothing not to like about it, really, although it takes a little time to put it on, that's all. It's not as quick as some of the others. But pretty awesome as far as how well it holds back paint and glue and things like that. And also, it releases really well when you're done. It's matter of fact, I believe left this stuff outside by mistake. And you come back and stuff comes off pretty decent, so definitely good. It's a little more expensive, takes more time to put on, so it's not good for all projects, but it's good for a lot. I highly recommend it for when you have anything high-end little projects that you want to have this versatility and good protection. It's very thin, and if you sand on it a bunch, it'll sliver and so on. It makes it a little hard to pull off, but I love it. So there we go. We got that. Got a clamp. Got my block of wood here somewhere. There it is. I'm seeing if I can lock that around. Hopefully this clamp's going to be big enough. Looking a little close. We shall see. Man, look at that. It's going to be just big enough. Just big enough. That's perfect. Here we go. She's clamped. And I'll take you on a little tour here. We'll check our margins. See, that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight there. You can't really see underneath, but it'll be good there. And put it up sideways and you can see there it's good. So it's going to be awesome. Well, I'm down here. We're going to glue that cleat on in a little bit, but I've also going to do some other epoxy work. So I'll turn it around. I'll show you. I'm cutting the post. This is the post that the mast sets on, actually. It's pretty doggone rotten down here at the bottom. Well, actually, it's not real rotten, but it's rotten. So what I'm doing, I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut about 1 inch of it off. And then I'm going to probably maybe even glue that piece back in or another piece, but I'm just going to put it all epoxy and stuff. So the bottom of this post will be sealed with epoxy, dried out a little bit, and should be good to go. Because that's actually, you look up here, you can see where the mast is right about there. So that it's a deck step. So that's where the weight of it is, that and that bulkhead. So I'm just trying to give her a little more support. Because if this gets soft, then the whole boat will get kind of soft. So. All right, well, we're gonna show you how we're cutting that piece out of there. Just about to be done. Oh, there she goes. Oh yeah, you can see that. Soft and rotten. There's the piece we're cutting out of there. And there's the bottom of it. So I am glad I took this. There's a little bit of putty here. So now she's up in the air. We'll figure out what we're going to do, but this is a big improvement. Okay, we're back here. I've been down there. I got a pot of epoxy. I've got other blocks. This is another project there, but I got my little wedge. You see that one? I've got it all wet with West System epoxy. And that's all wet out. See how nice that tape is? That's going to make quite a difference. So I'm going to get it on here and press it out. Put just a tiny bit more glue in there. Just it's a nice tight fit that this glue will just fill that space right up. So that's going to do just what I want it to do. And we've got a wedge. Yeah, the glue is just the viscosity is holding it in place right now, so that's super. Get this clamp over here. Where we had it before. Oh, actually, it's over here. And clamping, I come up on it real easy at first. And then as it sets, I'll put a little more pressure on. But for right now, that's enough. I made this little wedge. That's going to fit in that little place where the other teeth marks were. This little teak wedge right there. Hopefully that's going to fit in there, yeah. Oh, well, we do have a little gap up there, but... Let's see if I can fix that. Well, that's a wee bit better right there. So let me get some glue. I'm going to re-glue that again. We're in pretty good shape there. Let's just see what happens. So, I think that's going to do it, Cappy. I want to put a little clamp there, but I think I have one. But I'll do that later. I'm going to first I've got other gluing I want to do, so I'll take you down below for that. Hang on. Let's see what we're doing down here. Turn the heater off. All right. So we cut that bottom of the post off, and we got a piece of wood I'm going to stick in there, but not right now. I've got this piece of wood I'm going to stick in right here, because that was a rotten bulkhead. So we're going to clamp that baby right in there like that. And
Keep that out of there. All right, well here we are. We're gluing up down here. I've got this panel here that I'm going to put into that spot right there. And I've got filler underneath that post. Got a filler going in here. And I've got this already glued up. You saw me glue that up earlier. And there's my helper there. That's Kate. Come on aboard, Kate. Come on down.
What's the green tape doing?
That's to hold it. That's for the tripod. It's to help hold the tripod in place.
Your scaffolding feels a little sketchy to me.
Well, that's what I said. It is sketchy. It's definitely sketchy.
You
But I
said
did
that
put a
where?
nail in it, so it won't come off the thing.
You said it where? Are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Careful. That's wet.